He says, I have found him, but also don't believe anyone pointing, which seems to include himself.
He literally says, I can't point to another and I can't point to myself, and yet I will share him with you.
So, how do we resolve that? Okay.
He notes that in Paul's letters, Galatians, Thessalonians, those early ones, you don't really find what we call a straightforward historical account of Jesus.
That's a really interesting observation. We often read the New Testament thinking of historical narrative.
Right. But Neville suggests Paul's focus was different. And paradoxically, he says you can actually see Christ more clearly through Paul's eyes.
More clearly.
For Paul, according to Neville, it was about a direct personal unveiling, an inner experience.
So the discovery isn't about believing a story from the past, it's about an internal awakening.
He circles back to Galatians 1:16, when it pleased God to reveal his Son in me. The emphasis shifts entirely inward. You can't just point to history.
It's something each person has to realize for themselves.
Exactly. And Scripture, in this light, becomes less a history book
And more like a map or a prophecy of an experience waiting to happen inside us.
It reframes crucifixion entirely as an inner transformative experience.
He uses the potter analogy too, doesn't he?
The potter in the pot. We're God's workmanship, made as intended, given life from God's own being.
So salvation by faith really means salvation by God's faithfulness to his creation.
He says, the testimony of Jesus is the spirit of prophecy, meaning everything prophesied will eventually happen to you, personally.
And when your inner experience lines up with the outer word.
Then Neville says, you enter the divine council. You achieve this profound state of inner knowing.
A council, like just joining the divine assembly.
Metaphorically, yes. It's about recognizing your true identity within that divine story. God himself, who became you that you may become God. That's the essence.
He uses those verses about us being God's temple.
1 and 2 Corinthians. Do you not know that you are the temple of the living God and that God's Spirit dwells in you?
So finding Jesus Christ is finding the God within yourself, unveiling your own being.